Okay, Sophia. So as we were talking about, you're kind of having some issues with your boyfriend and the new living situation you've been in. You've been kind of telling me that over the past few weeks. And you finally feel comfortable that you're ready to move forward in some action planning?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing we talked about was kind of controlling your emotions, right? Because you feel like you're going back and forth from one to the other kind of emotion when your boyfriend comes home.
Yeah, it's really hard sometimes.
Okay. So today I actually brought in a worksheet if you're willing to do it.
Sure.
And it's called an emotional diary. So what happens is in each kind of box you're going to write down, so the first one's your emotion. So I'm going to get you to write down, say, an emotion that you have when you're with your boyfriend when he comes home really late.
Sad.
You feel sad?
Yeah.
I noticed that's kind of a theme that you'd been telling me before. So what did your emotion motivate? So you're going to speak on, like, when you were sad because your boyfriend came home, what did you do during that time? What kind of action did it motivate?
Do I just write it right here?
Yeah.
I eat.
You eat?
Yeah. Do I keep writing more?
You can write more if you want. If you want, like, if there's other things that happen.
Cry.
You cry? All right. And so in the next box, when you're done that, so in this one,
Okay.
you're going to write how your emotion was expressed to others. So how did you express that to your boyfriend?
I don't talk to him.
You don't talk to him?
No. Give him the silent treatment.
The silent treatment. How does that kind of work for you?
What do you mean?
Like, when you give him the silent treatment?
I don't
How
have to
did-
deal with his emotions, so.
No, he doesn't react to it at all?
No, he just walks the other way.
Oh. And, like, how does that make your living situation?
It's hard
Yeah?
because I feel like I'm living with someone I don't want to live with. And why should I come home every day?
Okay. And did you guys discuss, like, coping mechanisms when you moved in together?
No.
No? Yeah, so that can always be hard, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're going to do here is we're going to go through the stages of what feelings and emotions you have and kind of how you can address them later. So the next one is, what message do my emotions express to others?
Probably sadness. People see I'm sad, so.
Yeah. What do you think your boyfriend feels when you're sad and upset with him?
I don't think he notices.
You don't think he notices?
No.
You don't think he kind of feels that you're, like, distant and not talking to you?
I just don't think he really cares. So.
Okay. So, moving on from that one, what is the effects of your emotions on others? So what effects does it have on people? Whether that's someone you work with, your friends, your family, or your boyfriend?
Probably sadness. Because other people see I'm sad, so it brings them down.
Yeah. Do you kind of, like, when you're sad, do you have any other kind of emotions that come out when you're sad besides eating?
Angry sometimes.
You sometimes get angry? And do you feel you maybe take that out on your friends or your family at all?
Sometimes, yeah, I'll yell at my family members.
Okay. So, the next part is about kind of you. So, what was your emotion saying to you when you get sad?
What do you mean by that?
So, when you're sad, how does it feel to you? How do you feel during that time?
Sad.
Sad? Any kind of other emotions come up? Do you bring up the past? Do you bring up...
Yeah, sometimes. Bring up
Sometimes?
past.
When you're fighting with your boyfriend, do you ever kind of think back to a time that he did something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you talk to him about that? Do you bring it up to him? Like...
No, I'll just keep it to myself.
You just keep it to yourself? Okay. And then the last box, once you're done writing, is how did I check the facts? So, like, how when you get sad because your boyfriend did something, how do you check the facts to make sure that you're right?
I just listen to, like, what I'm saying.
Listen to what you're saying. Do you listen to his story at all?
Not usually, no.
No,
I
you
just kind of believe myself because he always lies to me, so why should I believe him?
Oh, okay. So, on that note, I'm going to send you home with some of those papers, and on a daily basis, I kind of want you to fill it in. If you have a good day, then you can fill in you're having a good day. If you're having a bad day, fill in you have a bad day. And when we come back, we're going to take a look at those.
Okay.
But for now, I'm going to move on to the next activity, which is on the back of your sheet. So I'm just going to kind of talk to you about some like coping mechanisms that can work. So the one that I chose for you is called Dear Man. And so each letter is a word, and then you go from that. So describe. So say your boyfriend was coming home. You don't have to write that down. It's already on there. So say your boyfriend said that he would be home before, but like by dinner, and he didn't. Instead of kind of saying, you did this, you would kind of just like describe to him what happened. So you'd say, you told me that you'd be home by dinner and you weren't home until 11 p.m. Kind of state that instead of going into like super crazy detail or like bringing in like you said this, and this, right? And that can kind of help make it go along. Express is the next one. So the E in dear. So instead of kind of being like, again, you did this, you would kind of express your emotion. So when you come home late, I feel worried about you, or I get worried about you. That way you're not targeting them, you're just expressing your emotions. And you can kind of tell them that you're sad about that or you're worried. Does that sound good so far?
Yeah.
So the next one is assert. So kind of like making a plan for the next time that it happens. So you'd be like, I would really appreciate it if you called me or texted me to let me know that you were going to be late so I didn't sit here and worry.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something that could work for you and your boyfriend?
Yeah, that might help.
Yeah? Because I know before you told me a lot about him coming home late at night and it like worrying you and that sort of thing.
Yeah, just like lack of communication basically.
Yeah, so I kind of focus this more towards how you can use that in your day-to-day kind of life. So then reinforce kind of like what you're saying. So it would it would be a relief and also a lot easier to live with me if I knew you were going to be late.
Yeah.
So instead of coming home and you being angry, he kind of has an understanding of like, oh, she's worried, I'll text her. And then when he gets home at night, there's no kind of like, you were home late and I'm mad at you now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might work.
So then the next, moving on to man, is mindful. So being mindful that like he's gonna have ideas and he's gonna want to share stuff with you and you're gonna listen and kind of understand that, but just like reinforce like I would still like a call, like I get that you're busy, or I would still like a text, or if you go into work and they mention staying late, that kind of thing. Appear confident. So you're gonna want to have like confident voice tone, body language. You're not gonna want to kind of like shy away and let them know that like you're willing to talk about this and you're confident in what you're saying because you really want it to happen. The other thing is make eye contact with them, and that can really help. So like instead of saying like, if he pins an idea and be like, oh, I'm not sure, right? You're gonna be like, well, we can think about that and work it in to where it works for both of us.
Okay.
And then the last one is negotiate. So being able to talk with him about the situation and go about kind of putting his ideas in and keeping your ideas so that it works for both of you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Do you think this worksheet could help you?
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of good ideas on it, and I'm willing to try it.
Okay, sounds good. So how do you feel kind of after this session now that we put plans in place?
I feel better. I feel like that using these methods that you gave me, that I'll be able to go home